Hi everyone in BookTube. Welcome to Book Talks with Miss Thomas. I'm Miss Thomas and this is Truffles. We have a special guest today and we are here to tell you about our favorite 12 books recommended by our favorite booktubers. So, hello and welcome to Book Talks with Miss Thomas. If you like what I do here, please subscribe. And I post every Sunday and Wednesday. I typically post a short on Sunday that sort of points to what we're going to be talking about on Wednesday. So hopefully you saw my short with Truffles where she told us about, some of the books I'm going to cover in this video. So let's get to it. The first thing I want to talk about is book clubs. I was really fortunate to be able to participate in the Eclectic Book Club, which was started by and is currently run by David Wiley and Shelly Swearingen. And anyone is welcome if you want to go to the Eclectic Book Club. And the first book we discussed was Fahrenheit 451. And it was very good. I knew about it, obviously, being an English teacher, but I've never actually taught this specific text, but we had it in the book room, many of them. And it turns out that I am co-teacher for a teacher who's going to make that one option in literature circles for her class. So I'm very excited that I will be able to discuss this one even with some students. I think it was Shelly who said that this is a very timeless book and it should be taught in the schools. And so yay, Shelly, now it is. It's an option because it used to be, I think, required curriculum many years ago. And now there's more choices. And so this will be an option. Students will select what they want to read and form sort of a book club, if you will. They'll talk about the book they chose in class. And this is one option. Fahrenheit 451, very good book by Ray Bradbury. This month, the Eclectic Book Club is talking about Odysseus. They talked about the Iliad. I didn't participate as much in that because I was so busy with Christmas, but it's January now, and they're talking about Odysseus, which is also a text that I am currently teaching, in fact, and have taught for many years. So it's fun to listen to other people's thoughts on Odysseus. And those two are recommended by the Eclectic Book Club, run by David Wiley and Shelly Swearingen. Yay! Another book club that I am participating in is, I think it's called the Kindred Spirits Book Club, and it's run by Kate Howe. And the discussion this month is Emily of Deep Valley. Yes, Emily of Deep Valley by Maud Hart Lovelace. And I have to tell you, my husband, he saw this on my Christmas list and he's like, that's a little weird. I'm not buying that. But it was actually just a lovely, charming book about a girl who graduated from high school in 1913 and didn't get to go off to college. And so she stays behind to be with her grandpa. And it's just a very sweet, lovely book. And I loved the descriptions of the fashion. And there were some dances that were discussed in the book. And I mean, dance moves and dances, like dance events. And so it was really just a fun period piece that I enjoyed immensely. And I guess Truffles enjoyed too. Look at her, she looks all happy. But anyway, I think I might do a different video on Kindred Spirits books, or I might do like just a video later on down the road on lovely reading, because I struggle personally with, I love a good murder mystery. I love, a really fast-paced book, but sometimes I just want to go into a book knowing that it's going to be just lovely people, lovely scenery, and just very relaxing, and I don't have to worry about anything horrible happening. And I think that's sort of the purpose of Kate Howe's book club, but this is definitely a good one that I very much enjoyed. Now, I don't think this one is Kate Howe's Kindred Spirit Book Club, but she also had a book discussion of Winter Solstice by Rosamunde Pilcher, and I did a video on that book. It was delightful. I've been passing it around my church. A lot of the ladies are saying they're enjoying it and sharing it with each other, and it's just been a big hit, and I highly, highly recommend Winter Solstice, but by Rosamunde Pilcher. I don't know anything about the one by Ellen Hildebrand. It might be good, it might not, I don't know. But it's funny because one woman said, well, you know, she recommended this book, but I don't think it's the same Winter Solstice. And it wasn't. So I just want to make sure you know it's the one by Rosamunde Pilcher. I'm not knocking on Ellen Hildebrand. I don't know anything about that book. It might be fine, but this is the one that I recommend. Okay, so those are my book clubs or book discussions with other booktubers. And I just have to say, it's been, I mean, to me, that's one of my favorite things about BookTube is I had no idea all the benefits that I would reap when I went into having a BookTube channel. And the biggest benefit for me is just meeting all the other fantastic booktubers that are out there and learning about what they're reading and what their thoughts are on the books. So I'm going to put up on the screen for you the other two. I don't have the hard copies. I got them from the library, but they were recommended by Kieran at Noob Readers. I think they were in like her top books of 2021. I love those videos. I've been just devouring the different booktubers videos on their favorites of the year. And Kieran recommended Behind Her Eyes. And she recommended I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And I didn't know when I saw her video that both of those books are now on Netflix, I guess as TV series. And so I read those two books and I did a video on those. And so I will tell you, I'm not going to go on and on about those two books because I did a video on them, but I will tell you, I loved Behind Her Eyes. Now it was creepy and it was dark and it was kind of twisted. It was like at the other end of the pendulum. You have, you know, Winter Solstice by Rosamunde Pilcher and Emily of Deep Valley, which are so lovely. And then you have this really dark, twisted mystery called Behind Her Eyes. And it was a nail biter. And I was like on the edge of my seat the whole time. And it was very good. And then I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I think the author's name was Iain Reid. And it was funny because Kieran recommended that one. And then Tracey with Tea Time with Violet and Tracey, or Tracey and Violet. I love her channel. And she gave a really bad review to I'm Thinking of Ending Things. And I thought that was funny because I just love the way she words things and the way she talks and, you know, the turn of phrase that Tracey has. And she had said that that book was Whackers Crackers. And I just thought that nailed it, you know, Whackers Crackers. I'm Thinking of Ending Things. Didn't care for it. I read it and I felt like, okay, I just wasted a couple hours of my life and nothing really has been resolved in this book. I'm just as confused when I finished as when I began. So I didn't care for that one, but it's a big, big hit. It's like a cult favorite among readers. So you probably should check out I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I think the author's name is Iain Reid. Check it out for yourself and see what you think. Kieran at Noob Readers liked it, and I love Kieran at Noob Readers, and I love her taste in books. So that one just was a dud for me. I'm more Team Tracey on that particular book. They're both fantastic booktubers. And so I'm sorry. I'm like kind of looking at Truffles in the camera and thinking about her, and I'm thinking about books and I'm thinking about booktubers, and I'm having trouble concentrating. But definitely the purpose of this video is not only to tell you about some really good books, but to tell you about some really good booktubers. Okay, another one that I haven't read this one yet, but I really like the booktuber Jolene at Bookworm Adventure Girl, and she recommended this book, and it's called How the Penguins Saved Veronica, and it sounded like a very uplifting kind of joyful book, you know, that would just bring the grouchiest grouch out of their funk, if I understood correctly. And I just want this one like it's my emergency reserve. having a bad day, I'm going to read about penguins. Don't tell Truffles. But yeah, so this one Jolene recommended, and I'm going to give it a try. Now, I talked about, I think it was Ordinary Grace in one of my videos, and the book Zealots responded to, I think it was my comments on Ordinary Grace, and said that you might like The Noticer. So I know nothing about The Noticer, but I know I like the mom and son over at Book Zealots, and so I'm going to give that one a try too, and I'll let you know what I think of it. And then, if any of you have been following like my comments, I have a faithful commenter named Kevy, and she has recommended The Circular Staircase. And Kevy is just a burst of color and fun, and I like to watch Kevy's videos. And Kevy did a video about Agatha Christie and Did I Figure It Out? And she had like this map. It was like one of those police boards with the different lines on the Post-it notes, and it was just great. I just really, whenever I listen to Kevy, I just feel so cheered because she's so exuberant. And if she tells me I'm going to like this book, I'm going to give it a try. So Circular Staircase by Mary Roberts Rinehart. Now, Kevy recommends a lot of Agatha Christie, and so I'm thinking this will be sort of like that, like Christie-esque. I don't know. I have no idea, but I'm going to give it a shot. And then there is... I've read this one, obviously. I've read this one. I've talked about it on my channel before, and I have actually read it with my son, who is, younger, and we read it together. And that would be Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. And the reason I tossed this one in here is because I could not do a video about booktubers without mentioning Bill Rittenberg, because he is a booktuber that just... when I was really starting out, I mean, I think I had like 20 subscribers. I mean, I still don't have a lot of subscribers, but he just was really supportive, and he just saw my video and said nice things about me in one of his videos. And because of him, I've met all of these other booktubers that are fantastic. And so I just had to mention Bill Rittenberg, and we happen to both like this book, Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. And a little bonus one for you. I also wanted to mention, or Truffles really that's one reason I did the video with her in the background. See, Truffles is buddies with Harry at Alice and the Giant Bookshelf. Alice has a cat named Harry. And so sometimes Alice comments about Truffles and I comment about Harry. And so, because of Truffles, I had to make sure I said something about Alice and the Giant Bookshelf and a book she liked. And she recommended in one of her videos, The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein. So The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein, I read many years ago, and I absolutely loved that book. And that book is, I even have a video on that book. Sorry, Truffles, but it's a book about, it's a video about books with dogs, books told from the dog's point of view. And so The Art of Racing in the Rain by Garth Stein is a beautiful book. It's about a guy who doesn't want to put his dog down, but it's just time. The dog has lived a fantastic life, and he's very old, and he's ready to go. And so then the dog is telling the story about his life with this man who is a race car driver, and just trying to convey to the man that, it's time. Thank you. I loved you, but I'm ready. You can let go now. And I just thought it was a beautiful, beautiful book. I mean, it was sad, but it was also just very beautiful. So I have to agree with Alice at Alice and the Giant Bookshelf and tell her that I loved that book as well. And then I think I said 12 books. So another book that I really enjoyed was recommended to me on Lindsay Reid's channel. And I love the books that Lindsay recommends. I almost always always love Lindsay's books. And she recommended The Drowning Kind, which I talked about on my channel. I did a video on it and I loved that book. I love most of the books that Lindsay recommends on her channel, so please go check her out if you haven't already. And The Drowning Kind is a book that she recommended in one of her videos, and so I read it and I loved it too. So I think those are my books. Hang on, let me check my list. What about you, Truffles? Do you have anything you want to say? No, she's taking a nap. She's like, okay, we're done. Let me go and have myself a nap. All this reading makes her tired. So anyway, that's it for now. I really loved those books, and I love those booktubers, and I just wanted to share with you so that if you are looking for something good to read and I'm not recommending something that you like, then check out one of those booktubers and maybe you'll find something on their channel too, because it's all about the books. We just want to read and enjoy reading and enjoy talking about reading. So that's all I have. Bye for now.